Today we're going to do a show and tell of a bug out bag that I put together based off of James Yeager's $25 bug out bag. Initially it started out as, like I said, a $25 bug out bag built from the Dollar Tree. I have since supplemented certain things with higher quality items since then, just because the quality was so bad on some of the stuff. Anyway, alright, so this is the outside of the bag. I'm going to put the camera down and unpack all the stuff, lay it out, and go through each item individually. Like I said, it's just a show and tell. It's not a review of any of the equipment. It's just me showing it, talking about it, and why you might want to have it in a bug out bag. Okay, here you can see that I have all the contents spread out, and I've got all the different things kind of individually wrapped. So while I'm traveling or using this and I need a particular thing, I can go right to it, you know, so I don't get the med stuff confused with the tools, and then I don't get the food stuffs or I'll call them the comfort items, so I don't get the comfort items mixed up with everything else. So everything just separated just to help me out. Alright, individually I'm going to go through some things. So as I was going through it and looking at the dates on some of the stuff, especially the food, this is all expired. Okay, so here we have the little toolkit that I put together. One of the big things is, especially if you're bugging out, you're not going to be able to build a permanent style shelter, but you definitely need something to get you out of the elements in case you run into inclement weather. So the first thing, and to address that, we've got our 9x12 drop cloth that you would use like when you're painting a room or just anything that you would want to like keep dirt, debris, paint, whatever you're doing. So that's there, and as I just picked up, you've got the pocket knife. This is a Smith & Wesson, just a cheapy folder. I had been carrying it in my car, and it's not a great knife, but initially I did purchase a crap, what is it? I purchased a box cutter, excuse me, and it was just, the quality was pretty bad. So anyway, these are the blades from that, and I just decided to keep those and utilize them in the kit. So it's like we've got a super sharp cutting surface if we need it. Lighters, there's a myriad of use. I left them in the packaging. It's a little bit of tinder. It keeps them together. It keeps them from expelling their fluid, from accidentally being pressed. I had a little bit of spare cordage from something laying around. I just rolled it up, put it in here. Nothing fancy. This is the cordage. This is poly braided rope. It's nothing great, nothing fancy. A roll of duct tape kind of compressed down. If I got to tell you what this is for, you just need to quit while you're ahead. I had a little bit of electrical tape. Never know when you might need that. These came as a 2-pack. One is a flat, one is a Phillips. I've taped up the ends just so they don't poke a hole in my bag. And zip ties, myriad of uses for that too. So with all this, you could troubleshoot a lot of problems. Is this stuff the greatest? No, but it's $25 for all of it. Actually, the pocket knife was, I believe, $6 at a Dollar General store, but I already had it, so we're not gonna say anything too bad about that. Okay, so here are your comfort items that I have packed into this bag. You've got some Jack Link's beefsteak and a Snickers bar. You're going to be moving. You're going to be on the go. You needed something that you can eat while you're moving. Something that'll be high energy. That's what the Snickers bar is for. And heck, this is going to be a stressful situation, and I know that when I get stressed out, I get headaches, or you might have muscle aches the next day, especially if it's a multi-day bug out. So I put some ibuprofen in there, and that's in date. And then you never know when nature is going to call. And this is good for wiping your hands and whatnot too. But it's just some folded up, placed in a Ziploc baggie oh gosh, what do you call them? Wet wipes is basically what it is. And so you could rehydrate those, put a little bit of water on them, and they're still good to go. If you'll notice over here, we got hot hands hand warmers, and those, I mean, those are pretty self-explanatory too. You can use them for their intended purpose for your hands, or if it's really, really cold and you're trying to do a cold camp, if you have to, you put them up underneath your armpits, keep your core warm, and that can, you know, it could mean the difference between life and death. Now, granted, I've tried these out and used them, and they're okay. You're definitely not going to be as comfortable as you could be, but it could mean the difference between life and death. And that's just those items. Okay, and I'm not going to put these away. We'll just go straight to it. So finally, we've got a bottle of water, because staying hydrated is good to go. And you can keep the bottle as a container. And for all you guys who are like, what about a metal container so you can boil water? Well, here you go. This was, you know, a couple bucks. It's aluminum. You can do what you need to do. And there's a little flashlight attached to it. It's pretty much, this kit pretty much mirrors the one that James Yeager built. It's just the one that I put together. I had another bag, like I mentioned, or maybe I didn't, I can't remember. But I had another bag, but it was kind of crappy, so I replaced it with a bag from a bank. And it holds up a lot better. It's constructed a lot better. And it's not really that big of a deal. It's real low profile. You know, you wouldn't suspect anything. If you saw somebody carrying this, you'd just be like, man, that guy's on the go. He's got a bag. Gotta get out here. And this is all supposed to supplement what you would already have on you. So it's like, I have a quality folding knife. I have a quality multi-tool, you know, to use. I also have my firearms that are going to be part of my EDC. I carry a quality light every day. One thing that I'm going to add to this kit is a ball cap. This is from when I was a volunteer firefighter, and it's just kind of an old ratty ball cap that I got laying around. But you know, nobody wants the sun in their eyes, especially in a situation like this. Might as well have something. Generally, I wear a hat anyways, but somebody else might need a hat, so I'm gonna toss it in there.